The first one is the disjoint. What do we mean by the disjoint set? When we talk about disjoint set, it means the rectangle contains set A and set B. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, the two set do not have a common element. Wala silang common element. Okay? There's no common element. When we talk about disjoint, ang ibig niya lang sabihin is the two set do not have a common element. There's no common element. So mapapansin natin for set A, we have letter M, N, and O. For letter B naman, we have the R. Oops, for a while. We have the R and letter S. So there are no common elements between A and B. And ang tawag sa kanila is disjoint. Again, if there are no common elements between the two set, then ang tawag po sa kanila ay disjoint set. Yan. So based from that, we can conclude that set A and set B are disjoint. They are not connected with one another. Wala silang connection. Now let's have the difference of two sets. How do we find the difference of the two sets? Okay, so the difference of two sets, A minus B, is a set of elements in A that are not in B. Okay, I repeat lang, the difference of two sets, A minus B, is a set of elements in A that are not in B. Meaning, what are the elements that can be found in A that are not in B? Parang nagma-minus lang tayo. 5 minus 2, parang ganun. We just subtract them. How it works? Parang ganito siya. Let's say we have set A is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our letter B is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Ayan, makikita nyo sa figure. Kung i-draw natin siya in a Venn diagram on the right side of the screen, makikita nyo, that's how we draw a Venn diagram. Yung letter A, yung dark orange, and then letter B naman, the green. Okay? Yung intersection nila is the 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 10. So, how do we get the difference of the two set? For us to get the difference of the two set, ang gagawin lang natin, taking A and subtracting B, it means elements in A that are not in B. Okay? Ibig sabihin, we just remove the elements in B. Ayan. Ito siya, oh. A minus B, meaning we just remove the elements in B. Okay? I-remove ko na siya. Yan. Tingnan niyo yung screen niyo on the left, on the right. Makikita niyo yung drawing natin na wala na yung letter B, all the elements in B. Yun po ang ibig sabihin ng A minus B. I'll repeat. When we talks about A minus B, it means elements in A that are not in B, or in other way around, we just remove the elements in B. Remove lang natin yung elements in B. Ano po yung natira? So therefore, our final answer are the elements, A minus B is equal to the set that contains the element 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. A minus B, just remove the elements in B. Kapag B minus A, just remove the elements of A. Let's have an example on that. Let's say we have the given, we have set A, we have the elements R, O, Y, G, V, I, B. For our set B, we have R, Y, B. Now we need to find A minus B and B minus A. Again, just a recall on what I have said earlier. For us to solve for A minus B, just remove the elements, on B. For B minus A, just remove all the elements in A. Ganito siya. Let's say taking A and subtracting B means elements in A that are not in B. Okay? So i-remove natin yung elements ng B kay A, ha. So we just remove R, the Y, and the letter B. I'll repeat, nire-remove ko lang all the elements in B kasi that's A minus B. So i-remove lang natin, that's R, the Y, and the B. Nire-remove ko lang all the elements in B kay letter A. Okay, so therefore, the final answer are the elements, the set that contains the element letter O, letter G, letter I, and letter V. Ayun po yung natira. Let's have another one. B minus A means elements in B that are not in A. Remove ko lang all the elements ng A kay B. We have the R, the Y, and the letter D. Okay. Therefore, ang sagot po natin for B minus A ay empty set. Empty set. Kasi wala nang natira kay B. Empty. Okay. Empty. Walang natira. The letter A, we have the R, the O, the Y, the G, the V, the I, and letter B. For our letter B naman, we have the R, the Y, and the letter B. Now we are asked to solve, or we are asked to find A minus B and B minus A. Okay. We can directly identify by solving na we just remove all the elements ng B kay A. O di kaya naman for B minus A, remove lang natin all the elements ng A kay B. Now, to understand it better, minsan kasi nakakalito siya. So, pwede natin siyang i-draw. Pwede tayo mag-draw gawa tayo ng isang Venn diagram. For our elements in A, so we have the GOVI and then RYB for set B. Okay. Pag sinabing A minus B, okay, again, A minus B, remove lang natin si letter B. Ano po yung matitira? So what remains are GOVI. So ibig sabihin, that's the answer to A minus B. I-drawing naman natin ang B minus A. Same process pa din. Create a Venn diagram. That is why, for B minus A, ang ating final answer ay empty set. Kasi nga, wala namang natira. For letter B naman, ang natira ay, we have letter O, we have letter I, letter G, letter O, letter V. What do we mean by a complement of a set? Let's say complement of set A. So the complement of a set A, written as A complement, is the set of all elements in the universal set that are not in set A. Okay? Kung ang set A natin is the white circle, yung circle na yan, pag sinabing A complement, yung outside ng A. Ang tinutukoy dyan is all the elements outside of A, including the universal set. Let's have an example. Let's say we have, ang ating universal set ay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And ang ating letter A, set A is a set of element that contains 1, 3, 5. Ang ating letter B naman ay 2 and 4. Now, how do we find the A complement? Paano natin hahanapin yung A complement? Okay, ibig sabihin, again, when we talk about the A complement, it means, ito siya, the set of all elements in the universal set that are not in set A. Yung hindi matatagpuan kay set A. So kung meron tayong A complement, ano yung mga elements na hindi matatagpuan kay letter A? Again, the complement of A is the set of elements in the universal set but not in A. So ano-ano yung mga elements na wala kay letter A? Let's have our solution. Ang universal set natin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan. I-remove natin lahat ng elements na the 3 and the 5. So therefore, ang sagot natin ay we have A complement ay 2 and 4. Okay, kung ito-draw natin siya, ito-draw natin yung figure. Yan. Ang letter A natin is 1, 1, 3, 5. Ang ating letter B ay 2, 4. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng A complement. Ibig sabihin ng A complement, what are the elements outside of letter A? So let's have the B complement naman. So B complement naman, complement of set B is the set of elements in the universal set but not in B. Ibig sabihin ng B complement, ano-ano yung mga elements na matatagpuan natin kay universal set na wala kay letter B. Okay, outside of the B. So, ang magiging solution natin ay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang set of elements natin that contains B ay 2 and 4. I-remove lang natin si 2 and 4. At ang matitira ay, for the B complement is we have 1, 3, and 5. Let's have a practice on this. Let's say, we have the universal set. Ang universal na set natin, x, such that x is an integer. Yung value daw ng x is less than or equal to 8 and greater than or equal to 1. So therefore, ang universal set natin ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ang ating letter P daw is given by the 2, 4, 5, 6. Ang ating letter Q given by 2, 3. Now, let's find for the P complement. P complement. What do you think is the answer to P complement? Ibig sabihin, all the elements in the universal set na wala kay P. Sige, let's try to solve. Ang solution natin will be, ang ating universal set ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I-remove lang natin all the values of P. That is 2, 4, 5, and 6. So therefore, the final answer, B complement is 1, 3, 7, and 8. Pwede rin natin siyang i-draw to identify kung ano yung P complement. Sige nga, let's try naman the Q complement. How do we find for the Q complement? So for the Q complement, solution will be the universal set are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we remove all the values ng letter Q. Becomes the 2 and 3. Kaya the final answers are the elements of Q complements are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, i-draw natin. Let's draw for the first one. For the P complement lang muna. P complement. This is P complement. So letter P is 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 2, 4, 5, and 6. We have 3. And we have, nasa labas ang 1, 7, and 8. Okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ano ibig sabihin ng P complement? Ibig sabihin ng P complement, all the elements outside ni letter P. Kung ito ang P natin, ito yung letter Q, outside of letter P. Ito, outside of letter P. Yeah. So outside ng letter P, yun yung sagot natin. That's the P complement. Yeah. How about the Q complement? For the Q complement, we just draw lang ulit. Looking for the Q. This is letter P. This is letter Q. And our, this is 2, 4, 5, and 6. This is 3. This is 1, 7, and 8. Now, when we talk about Q complement, outside of Q, what are the elements outside ng letter Q? So, ito outside ng Q. And we have outside of letter Q. So therefore, kaya ang sagot natin ay we have 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Ayan. Moving forward naman, is we have, let's say meron tayong set A and B. Set A, students who play the guitar. And set B, students who play the piano. Now, we need to show the set A and B using a Venn diagram. And the first one is, we have the union of set. Now, what do we mean by the union of set? When we talk about the union of set, ang meaning lang yan is we combine all the elements in set A and set B. I repeat, when we talk about union of a set, we combine the elements. Let's say, ang given natin ay set A and set B. What is the union of set A and B? We combine lang them together. So set A and set B, the union of that, again, we combine them together. Combine lang together. So therefore, kung ang ating set A contains Angela, Joanna, Chris, Mayumi, Ethan, Janice, and Chris, Mayumi, and Ethan, and then ang ating set B, we have Mayumi, Janice, Chris, Ethan, and Nathan, combining them together, combine lang natin, ang ating union of sets are A union B becomes the element Angela, Joanna, Chris, Mayumi, Ethan, Janice, and Nathan. Okay. Pinagsama lang natin. So that's the union of set. Let's have an example on that when we talks about union. I'll just share my screen.
Siguro nga'y wala nang natira sa mga sinulat mo na para sa...
Let's say for our set A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For our letter B, let's say we have 4, 5, 6, 7. When we talks about union, pagsamahin lang natin yung dalawang set. A union B, i-combine lang natin yung dalawang set, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So pinagsama lang natin silang dalawa. That's a union of set. Pinagsama lang natin. Yeah. Moving forward, for the second one, ayan. For the second one naman, ito naman yung tinatawag na intersection of the set. What do we mean by intersection of a set? When we talk about intersection of a set, makikita nyo sa figure, ano yung common? What's the common between A and B? Again, when we talk about intersection, the common between the two set. Ano yung common between the two set? Mapapansin natin for our universal set, we have the set A and the set B. Set A contains Ethan, Chris, Angela, Mayumi, and Joanna. For the set B, we have Mayumi, Janice, Chris, Ethan, and Nathan. Pero there are intersection. Merong students who can play the guitar and play the piano at the same time. Those are Chris, Mayumi, and Ethan. So yung common, ayun yung magiging intersection ng ating set. Again, intersection of the set, the common between the two sets. How are we going to define the difference between union and intersection? When we talk about union, the combination of the two sets, we just combine together the two sets, and intersection naman, the common between the two sets. Let's have an example on the intersection naman. Now, intersection, let's say, same example na kanina, letter A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our set B, we have 4, 5, 6, and 7. When we talks about A intersection B, ibig sabihin, the common between the two sets. Ang common sa kanila is we have 4 and 5. Okay? The common, merong 4 and 5 kay A, meron din 4 and 5 kay B. So therefore, the answer here is 4 and 5. Now, para maintindihan natin maigi, pwede natin siyang i-draw. Pwede tayong mag-draw. We can draw a Venn diagram. Pwede tayong mag-draw ng Venn diagram. Drawing natin na this is 4. For letter B, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For our letter A, we have 1, 2, 3. And then, ano yung A intersection B? Ito yon. Ano yung intersection nila? This is the intersection. That's the intersection. So therefore, ang sagot natin is 4 and 5. Kasi nandito si 4, nandito si 5. Intersection. Now, i-draw ko lang din ang union, no, para makita natin ang pagkakaiba. Union, pagsasamahin lang natin. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. If we are going to draw this one, this becomes, ayan. This is 4, 5, 6, and 7 for letter B. For letter A, we have 1, 2, 3 for letter A. Pag sinabing union, pagsasamahin lang natin sila. Yan. Yan. Lalagyan ko lang ng shade. Ayan po. So therefore, para sa ating sa ating union, we have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5, 6, and 7. So that's the difference po between union and intersection. When we talk about union, combine lang natin yung the two set, intersection, the common between the two sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For our letter A, we have 1, 2, 4, 5. For our letter B, we have, let's say 3, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yan. So we have the universal set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For letter A, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. For letter B, we have the elements 3, 6, and 7. Ang una natin gagawin for number 1, we need to find the intersection, the union of A and B. Yan. Sige nga, you look for the union of A and B. Ano yung union for A and B? Pag sinabing union, pagsasamahin lang natin si element ng A at element ng B. Again, pagsasamahin lang natin all the elements in A and all the elements in B. Pagsasamahin lang natin. Pag pinagsama natin yan, ayan, based from your answer, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Union of A and B. For number 2 naman, let's have now the intersection naman of A and B. Ano yung intersection of A and B? Meron ba common between A and B? Wala. So kapag walang common, then that's an empty set. Okay? For number 3 naman, let's find A complement. Ano yung A complement? So ang gagawin natin for A complement, i-remove lang natin lahat ng letter A from the universal set. So therefore, ang ating A complement is we have the 3, ano pa yung sagot niya? The 6, the 7, and the 8. Yan. Again, lagyan nyo ng complement na sign to identify na it's not letter A, but it's A complement. Let's now find for the B complement. What are the B complements? Sige nga, you look for the B complement. Yan, ang sagot natin for the B complement are 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Yeah. Now let's have the next one. The A complement union of the B complement. Dito na tayo titingin. A complement, lagyan ko ng green, and the B complement. Ano yung union nila? What's the union between the two? So we have the A complement and the B complement. Ano yung union ng dalawa? Okay. Kapag wala pang A complement, syempre hanapin muna natin. Pero dahil meron na given na ang ating A complement and B complement, ayan, so for our A complement and B complement, the union of that, i-combine lang natin together. So that will become, ayan, purahin ko lang. Ang sagot po natin ay, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Paano nakuha yon? Kinumbine lang natin si A complement and the B complement. Let's have number 5. Dito na lang. For number 5, intersection of A complement and the B complement. Ano yung intersection nila? Or common between, lalagyan ko ulit ng highlight, ano yung common between the A complement and the B complement? Ang sagot po natin ay, ayan, may mga sagot na. So, ang titingnan lang natin sa intersection, yung common, no? Mapapansin natin, ito yung common sa kanila. Nilagyan ko ng encircle. Ayan. Sa A complement, meron tayong 8. Sa B complement, meron ding 8. And wala nang ibang common. Therefore, ang ating final answer dito ay, 8. Hindi lang ako magaling mag-gray ng bracket. Okay. Let's have another one. Paano kapag it's A intersection B union of the A complement. Ayan. A intersection B and the union of A complement. Ibig sabihin, dito tayo titingin, A intersection B. Ito yung A intersection B at i-combine natin kay A complement. Ito. Ilagyan ko ng highlight. So, A intersection B, ito yon. And then A complement, ito naman yon. Ano yung nila? Union. So therefore, ang magiging sagot natin pag pinag-combine natin ay we have 3, 6, 7, and 8. Kapag nalilito, no, medyo confusing to sa medyo nakakalito to, message nyo lang ako. So 7. For our 7, let's combine naman the intersection. Yan. Intersection, A complement, intersection ng B complement, union. Union ng, union of A, union B. Yan. Ito ang titingnan natin. Ito, this one. This is our A complement, intersection B complement. I-combine natin sa A union B. Ito, nilagyan ko ng highlight. Ito siya. And for the blue one, ito siya. What would be our, ano ang ating sagot? So therefore, kapag pinag-combine natin yan together, ang magiging sagot natin ay, sagot natin ay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's the answer for A minus B. Remove lang natin all the elements ni B kay letter A. Tapos ano ang matitira? 1, 2, 4, and 5. Let's have number 9. The B minus A. Remove lang natin lahat ng A kay B. Ano po ang matitira? Ang matitira ay 3, 6, and 7. And for the last question, A minus B, A minus B, intersection B minus A. Ano po ang sagot? Ito yon ang tinutukoy natin. A minus B, intersection ng B minus A. What is the answer? Empty set. Kasi wala namang common between A minus B and B minus A. Walang common between the two. So therefore, ang sagot natin ay empty.